Good afternoon, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. We are in the kitchen today for most of the day, and we're going to go look at my little whiteboard. And I haven't had the whiteboard out in a while, but we had so many little chores to do. I wanted to make certain that I did them in an order so that way when I started dinner tonight, everything would go really, really smooth. But look at all my little tomatoes. Yep, we're going to work with those later on this afternoon. So we got a few other things we need to do. Let's look at the board. Okay, so here is my board. Fridge, garbage, cat box. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to mark off the things that we've done. I did the cat box. I did the garbage. I'm still working on the fridge. I got the lunch meat and cheese out. I did my egg sort, but I have not cooked the eggs for the animals yet. So here are 18 of the dirtiest eggs out of all of the eggs that I have in the fridge. And so there's 18 of them, and we're going to fry those up for the chickens today. Fruits and veggies. I've gone through my fruit and vegetable drawer. That's what I have left is for the old, one pepper and one zucchini. I've got stuff cut up here for the guinea pigs. I have a few fruits and vegetables in that for the roosters, as well as 3 of those little dog foods. We're going to bump up our roosters today. So they're going to get some greens, a tomato, some grapes, dog food, and then, of course, their feed. Okay. So the treat platters are done because I've already given Lily hers. So all of that is done. So we got the fruits and vegetables done. I've got to go through all my condiments, the door, all of the pickle jars, all of the jars of stuff in there. I have not done that yet. So the beer brats that I bought the other day, I went ahead and cooked them this morning because I do have buns. I had enough hamburger left out of that 3-pound roll to make 2 more hamburgers. I made those. That way there's things in the refrigerator for later on snacking, whatever, whatever, whatever. Now, I haven't worked on my puff pastry or my pizza crust yet. I am going to make like a pizza kind of stuff with that pizza crust that's down in the refrigerator. And then I have a puff pastry. I want to make something sweet. In there's also that pre-made Krusteaz chocolate muffin stuff. So I might make those to see how they are. If they're not very good, we'll just give them to the chickens. I didn't like the vanilla cupcake ones that we got, but whatever. Okay, I need to get more food. I've already fed Solomon. I need to get his straw up to him. The roosters need their special meal for dinner. Will be the stuffed mushrooms and fritters. We were doing that later. So what else have I gotten done? Well, this is something else I'm doing. Okay, so this is sliced oranges and lemons. I've got it at 225. I thought I had parchment paper, but I didn't, so I went ahead and put them on racks. Very low temperature. I am making my Yule decor. I wish you could smell this right now. This absolutely smells so good. It is the end pieces of the lemons and the oranges. It has cloves, it has cinnamon, and a little bit of vanilla in there. And I'm just steaming that. I'll turn it off. The house smells amazing. That smells fantastic. I needed a little citrus and a little calming in my life today. Okay, so I updated it. We need to pass out our snacks, give Solomon his straw and water. We need to get back into the fridge and clear out all the condiments that we need to get rid of. I need to finish up the dishes, and I need to get these eggs fried. Still have dinner down there. We haven't started any of that prep yet. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get these 18 eggs done up right now. Like, we're just going to do these 18 eggs, get them out of the way, so that way when we take all of the other snacks up to the other animals, you know, they're cooled off, they're ready to rock and roll. So let's get some eggs frying. All right, let's go ahead and get some of these frying. And the reason I do this is because a lot of times the eggs get too dirty. Sometimes I just, when I get to where there's not a whole lot laying, um, I'll just save them strictly for them. But my chickens love scrambled eggs, and what a great protein for them. I have several dozen in there, like, I don't know, 6, 7 dozen in the fridge. So I'm going to go ahead and start scrambling these up. Okay, so I have all of my eggshells over here in this bag, in this bowl. See that? There you go. Now, for my older chickens, it wouldn't be much for me to squash them up and just throw them out in that area behind the back of the house where I'm letting them compost all of that dirt right there. But I've got some young girls who are starting to be egg eaters. And so I'm just going to seal that bag up and throw that into the garbage can this time. By the next time I do this, I shouldn't be having an issue, but some of my young girls have figured out that eggs are quite tasty. So I'm going to go ahead and cook all of those eggs up. Remember, that's 18 eggs. I don't know if it shows how orange the yolks of my eggs are, but these chickens eat fantastically. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to turn it off. I'm going to put it into this bowl so it can cool, and then we're going to go pass out some snacks and then come back and finish up the dishes. Ugh, dishes. Okay, so we got all the snacks passed. Solomon's straw. We still need to go up and give Solomon his water. I need to save my spider plant babies. I need to figure out how to do that today. Dishes are done. Stovetop is done. We still need to work with dinner stuff and make cherry tarts. So we still have more to go. I kind of gave up on the refrigerator for a while, so we'll get back to that some other day. And it's snowing again. Snow. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. So we're going to go back in and we're going to continue doing our chores. Okay, so we saved our spider plant babies into that pot. They were my aloe babies. We lost our aloe plants. That was so sad. Okay, so we still need to get Solomon's water. We got the spider plant babies done. The dishes are done. The stovetop is done. Then we're going to work on dinner. We're going to do the stuffed mushrooms, the fritters, and a cherry tart pastry. So let's get on it. Look at these beautiful little tomatoes that we saved at the burn pile. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick out all of the ones that are super orange or red and get them sorted out first. Oh my goodness, there's just so many of them. And if they're just slightly turning, I'm going to go ahead and grab them as well and put them over here, because we're going to use some green ones to do our tomato fritters. So anything that's turning, I'm trying to get out. And then we're going to sort through this again, find any bad ones, and then we'll go in for the ones that we're going to cook. So what I'm going to do, like I said, even if they're slightly turning, I'm going to chuck them over here into the turning colander. So let's see. And I don't think these tomatoes were actually red when I was finding them. And they were tasting pretty daggone good. I've eaten like 4 or 5 of them already today. All right, so, whoops, run away, tomato. Okay, so let me get this set up. That's quite a few. So we're going to set these aside over on the freezer. so they can continue to ripen. And then we'll go through these and find the ones that we're going to cook with. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to find the biggest, juiciest green ones that we can find. So that way we get some of the juice, and when we slice it, it will have that green tomato flavor. The last batch that I did not do that. So this time we're going to do it a little different. And so I need to pick out all of these juicy, juicy green ones. It's almost like gooseberries, tomatillos. So tomatillos are in the gooseberry family, and I absolutely love verde, salsa verde, and of course that's tomatillos. Now I have seen people make a salsa, and so I'm considering that for the rest of these. But I want to get them off of this metal, and then put whatever I'm not going to cook with on something else, another something else. I have some ceramic bowls. I might wash them out and put them in there so they can ripen up on the back of the freezer, but they're separated from the ones that we're already working with. So what I'm doing is that when I find a bad one, I've got a few sitting over here. I'm going to give those to the chickens tonight. So let me go ahead and find all that I'm going to need to cook with tonight for the fritters. All right, so I've got the tomatoes that we're going to use in our fritters. And I also got my lemons and my oranges done for my Yule and Christmas winter decor. Little pieces of the sun. So let's get ready to get the fritters ready to make. Because we're going to get our tomatoes and zucchini macerating together before we make our stuffed mushrooms. So we got to get going here and get this done. It's freezing, it is snowing, and what a great day to be cooking all these fun things. All right, let's get on it. Okay, so I just came back from gathering eggs, locking everybody up but two, and so I'm just going to unfill my pockets. You know, you can have all the fancy egg things you want, but sometimes we just go and grab our eggs. So I'm going to show you how pretty these different colors are today. Oops, there's a feather. Oops, get that out of there. There's a big old egg. Let's see. Oh, I have more than a dozen I just got out. So let me make sure I have all of my eggs out here. Okay. Look here. I just got these out of the nest boxes. And I didn't get the ones out of the goat barn. So I've got tons of more eggs. But there are some great colors, sizes, just some fantastic eggs. All right, we got to start cooking. Okay, so we have Solomon's Waters done. We locked up the girls but two, which I'm going to have to go chase out because some of the girls that don't belong in the barn got locked up in the barn, and two of them are waiting for two of them at the other barn that I locked up. So I've got to go out there and chase those two little girls here in just a minute. Grain fed everybody. Lily got some straw and hay, locked her up. So all that's left is cooking dinner. Let's get on it. Okay, so, whoa, we have our zucchini here. This is one of the old ones out of the refrigerator. I'm going to go ahead and use this because I don't need that much of it to make this a vegetable binder. But I do have to take all of these and slice them up very, very thin. I've tried chopping, I've tried dicing, I've tried doing a whole lot of things. This time, I think I've got the code cracked. So let's get going here on these tomatoes. Okay, so we're going to get our zucchini ready. It's not the best zucchini in the world, but it's the one we're going to use. I have a helper. All right. Okay, so to our zucchini and our green tomatoes, we are going to add salt. We're going to salt it down. We're going to squish and salt. And we're going to do that so that way it releases a lot more of the juice. We're going to let that sit for a little while, and I'm going to get our stuffed mushrooms started. So we're going to let that sit, let the salt work on it, we'll squeeze it out, and then we'll make our fritters. Okay, so we're going to stuff our little mushrooms. So let's stuff our mushrooms. Yay. And I'll keep going. Okay, so we have our stuffed mushroom stuffed. Our oven is preheating, and we're going to add our cheese. All right. We'll pop that in the oven, and then we're going to work with our little maters. Okay, so there is a lot of juice in there. It's kind of hard to see at this angle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour this through a strainer, and I'm going to smash it and then put it back in this bowl to make our fritters. See all that liquid? It's got to come out. Okay, so I squished it and strained it. I'm going to put my mixture right back in this bowl, and then we're going to add our stuff and get it ready to fry. I'm so excited. Okay, so we're ready to make these fritters. So we're going to turn on our stove. And I have this little bit of Crisco oil here, just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and pour that whole thing in here. I need to use this up. So there you go. And of course, it was on reviews. Okay, so let's get this batter made for these wonderful fritters we're going to make. So I've got this huge egg. It is dirty, so I'm being very, very careful. I'm wiping it off. We don't want any hoochie coochie on there. So let's go ahead and what a beautiful egg that is. Okay. I'll go ahead and work this in. Very nice. Okay. Looks good so far. Now, I'm trying to decide what kind of seasonings I want to go in there, and I'm going with, oh my goodness, I'm trying to think here. We are going to do the Kinder The Blend. This is the one that has the salt, pepper, and garlic. We're going to go real simple with this. I did put a little bit of red pepper when I was chopping up my onions for my stuffed mushrooms. I did put a few, just a little bit of onion in there, not a whole lot. So now we need to put our flour in. And I'm going to be, I don't know, that looks like about a tablespoon and a half so far. So let's kind of see what we got going on. We're going to do another scoop, maybe about half of what we used before. So 2 heaping tablespoons. That's all it is, I think. Okay. Now, let's let this oil get hot. I'm a little nervous, but let's go ahead and scoop some down in there and see if it is how we need it or if we need more flour. We'll just do one, see what it happens. Oh no. Scoop another one in there. Okay. Let's see how that goes. Fried green little maters. Fritters. Alright, so now let's check on our stuffed mushrooms. Let's see what they look like. They're looking pretty good, guys. Let's see. They look so good. We got a long way to go yet. Let's keep an eye on this. And we'll flip them here in just a minute and see if they held together. Fingers crossed. Okay, so let's just check and see what we got here. They're moving independently as one fritter. Oh, this one's going to stick. Let's see if we can get up underneath it. Oh, yeah. Get some oil up underneath there. It's working, you guys. It might work, but is it going to be good? We're going to find out. All right, let's flip one. Oh, this is always the scary part. Let's see. Look at that. Perfect. And then you know what you need to do is we have to get our salt shaker ready because you have to have a little bit more salt on a fried green mater, right? Actually, this is turning out really, really good. Exciting. Okay, let's see if this one's done. Look how beautiful, you guys. Beautiful. Okay, so what I'm going to do with each one of them when I get them out, I'm going to take the oil off of it, and I'm going to use my seasoned salt. And just sprinkle a little bit on the top. Yum. All right, let's keep going. We got to fix them all. Okay, so the 4 are done. I'm going to take a little pinch. Yep, fried green mayo. Ooh, that's hot. And don't forget, stuffed mushrooms. Ooh, my mouth's on fire. Y'all have a great night. Hugs from a distance. Thanks for hanging around. We eat good here.